Hey, WheelSnipeSelly here. Welcome back. It is Wednesday, May 17th, 2023. We are looking at the ES today, the June contract. And you can see yesterday we took out the previous day low, and then we had a pretty decent sized candle today. And we took out, one, two, three, four days, four previous day highs into this daily fair value gap, and we just came short of this daily volume imbalance, so I had my eye on that as well. So let's go down into, let's just make this big. Let's do the 1 hour real quick. So I took 3 trades today, and I overlaid this premium discount here of this range that we're in, and I think I need to start getting a little bit better about this, kind of knowing like where I'm at. So we did have SMT with, let me pull this up here. We did have SMT early in the morning. That should have tipped me off right away. Let me pull this over here so we can look at this. So NASDAQ went lower, YM, ES both went higher during the actual London session. So this was something that I had noted. The first trade I took, I was just trying to do a quick scalp back down into the discount array. So let's just go on to the 5 minute. So here we are. Here's our SMT right here, 330. And then here's our open. So we have our 830 and then the 930 open. So we basically took out all of the buy side, and then we took out 1, 2, 3 points of interest here. So let's go to the 1 minute. Once we came up, I didn't really find an entry in here. I didn't want to chase it, so I just kind of waited. And looking at this, once we came down, we filled in the opening range gap. So let me show that to you guys. Down here, the regular trading hours. So this is the opening range gap right here. So we closed yesterday at 4:15, and then we opened here at 9:30. So that's what the opening range gap is. So we filled that in, and then we basically reversed off of it. What I was looking to do is just take a quick 5-handle move after taking the buy side, come down here before moving higher. There was a huge, I don't know what this was from, but I was in here and it stopped me out, came back down. I didn't get in short. I just kind of let it go. I was watching this, and I basically aligned myself with being, bullish after that. So I kind of knew I was taking this as just a quick scalp. I didn't really find any entries in here that I wanted to take. There was right away there was an entry right here. So low, lower low. We have a breaker here. If you go on the 30-second, I'm sure there's a little fair value gap here. So this could have been an entry. I didn't take it. We took out buy side, and we were going into the, before the lunch hour, I wanted to try and take this for just a quick scalp. That's really all it was going to be for today. I watched this. I didn't get an entry after this. I was waiting for it to retrace 50% for me to get in. I didn't find anything. I'll kind of show I had like an entry placed here, and then I was going to try to buy if it returned back to these two down candles. I wasn't filled, obviously. So, and then it did run up and hit the previous day high. So that was the initial target that I had. We didn't even come in and fill in this fair value gap. So I was pretty bullish for that first part. Once that happened, once I took that loss for that scalp, I just let it go. And then I was just kind of watching this, and we took out the previous week high. So let me pull up the weekly real quick. So once we took out the previous week high, I started to look for shorts. So once we took out this right here, I started to look for short scalps. Even though I guess all of my trades were contrarian today, which I guess it's fine, but let's go back into this. So I was waiting right around 2 o'clock. So I was watching basically all of this. I didn't try to take any trades, but once I saw we poked above the previous week high and we fully filled out this daily fair value gap, we came up and tapped the entry at the top of that again, and then I was looking for shorts. So we came down, we broke structure here, and I entered in about 50% in this fair value gap here with a mitigation block. So high, low, a lower high, and then we broke that. So that was on the 2 minute. This is a 2 minute mitigation block, and had a target down here. I wanted to see this come into this 15 minute fair value gap. I held on to it too long and basically let it retrace up, and I think I took I think it was about a $150 trade here, which it definitely could have been a lot more. So I learned my lesson on that one. I think I should have had my stop a little bit lower than above this swing high, because we took out the south side and then it's normal for it to retrace as we had been kind of going down. So this was normal. Once I saw it trading up into this M5 mitigation block, I still had my idea intact. So I went short again, and this was just using the M5. So I went short right around here. Right around this 50% of the daily fair value gap and right next to the previous week high. So I went short here, candle was bright green, and then rode that down and started trailing down my stop. And then once we couldn't push through this, I was watching the other indices, and I was starting to see signals of this kind of fading out. So I just cut it, and was happy that it did so, because we ended up coming up, taking out the buy side again. This was basically a 5 minute mitigation block, OTE-ish entry. I had my stop above, well, we'll see it on the actual recording, but I think I had it above this 2 minute mitigation block. So yeah, I think overall, I feel like it was pretty decent. I could have managed this trade a little bit better. I definitely had an option to take 5 1/4 handle. This one, I think I got about 7 and some change. So yeah, and we're currently at 51,202. So we will go into the actual trade reviews, and then yeah, we'll do the account review. All right, so here we are, right around 10:30, and we're right around in the optimal trade entry. We took out some buy side, and just kind of noting, I'm kind of framing this short entry here. I initially have this set to like 5 handles, but then I started targeting that a swing low a little bit lower. So I think I need to just stick to the 5 handles. But you can see here I have my sell limit. We have like I'm operating on the 30-second. So just looking to take this down to 5 handles here, and just right past that sell, the sell side liquidity, and then there's like a 5 minute, there's a 5 minute fair value gap that we would trade into. So this was just a quick scalp idea, and just kind of waiting for some movement here. And then I don't know if this was like news related. I didn't see any news events around 11:17, but it just rips higher and fills the opening range gap again, taking out that buy side. So see, just targeting lower. This is, like I said, this is just a quick scalp idea. So just kind of waiting for this to play out. And then so right here, 1117, it just rips higher, taking out buy side again. There we go. So I'm tagged out. And then this completes the move that I was trying to get in on. So you can see I tried to enter a short there, wasn't filled. I end up trying to get a long entry to take this back up. I was just trying to get in line with the bullish order flow, and wasn't filled. I didn't want to aggressively push an entry to rush in there. So you can clearly see I'm looking for this to go higher to take out the buy side relative equal highs. I just didn't feel comfortable with the amount of risk of where we were with the premium discount to take this trade. So I just let this one go. If we would have tapped down into the sell side here, I would have considered an entry depending on how the price action was. But I just kind of let this one go, and this hit my target of previous day high. So here we are in the PM session. So it's 2 o'clock. We have our market structure shift with a fair value gap, mitigation block. So I have my sell limit set. So we're tagged in, and I'm targeting right now the M15 fair value gap. So that's where I'm looking for this to go. We had been basically trading higher all day. You can see we have a bright green candle. Like I said, this is a contrarian trade. Maybe I just looked for these trades. I don't know. But since we took out the previous week high, I was looking for shorts. I think today is going to be the high of the week, but we will see. So I'm just noting there we have a potential of 4 1/4 handle. I'm just kind of letting this play. I'm noting any of the PD arrays as we're going down. So I have that volume imbalance noted, fair value gap. So hindsight, just taking this at the 8.75 handles would have been the way to go. I wanted to get down into the M15 fair value gap. So we had some good movement. I just overstayed my welcome here. So I think I corrected that on my next trade. So you can see I moved my stop. So my stop is better than break even, and I think that's like a handle or like three handles on that. So that was like 150 profit on that one. So still currently negative for the day. And I have this five minute mitigation block. I'm framing my short again. My idea is still intact. So I just entered in, and I had a little bit of issue with TradingView. I made one of the images too large, so that was kind of messing my stuff up. I think it was the little light bulb for the market structure shift. I made it too large, but anyways, so we get a nice movement lower. We traded up into the optimal trade entry. I moved, once we had that big move lower, I moved my stop right above that. And again, I'm targeting the M15 fair value gap. Stop has moved to better than break even at this point. And I'm just monitoring the 3 indices on the other side of my monitor. And I'm looking for this to just take out sell side again. So I'm letting this retrace up into this fair value gap. And I basically have my finger on the trigger. If it wants to push up and hit that last green candle, I was just gonna, that basically would have been my buy stop, but I was just kind of had my finger on the trigger there. And then I didn't like this price action here. So it was just kind of putting around, and then I ended up just closing it. So that was into that trade. So I didn't want to make the same trade management error again. So I closed that out, and then I'll kind of show like this would have stopped me out if I didn't take profit here, where I did. So we didn't trade down into that M15 fair value gap. That's okay. I was still able to harvest some profits for today. So this does end up going above that swing high. So we will go into the account review. All right, so here we are, TopStep Dashboard. We are 298.76 for the day and currently sitting at 1203.04. So looking to hopefully push past our all-time high at 1393. So we had 3 trades today. So average duration was 9 minutes. Longest was 37 minutes. So yeah, so those are the trades for today. And let's go into our trade log. So here we are, 11:07. We went short. This was that scalp that we tried to do. 4 handle stop out, 10-minute trade. Second trade at 2:12, short. We had taken previous week high, fair value gap, order block, mitigation block, 30-second, 4 o'clock macro, or sorry, 2 o'clock macro, and then displacement. So this was a 53-minute trade. This was definitely mismanaged. Definitely could have had more profit in there, but glad we at least stopped out better than break even. And then the last trade here at 3:16 short, again, idea was still intact, 357.92. This was a OTE 5-minute mitigation after buy stops were taken. 16-minute trade, 1.75 handle drawdown, and then on that previous trade, 1 handle drawdown. So let's go into the calendar. Here's our day, May 17th, plus 298.76. Here's the original trade screenshot of trying to go just a quick scalp before going higher. And here is the original screenshot of the trade back down once we took previous week high. And we end up stopping out above this swing high. So definitely left some money on the table here, but that's okay. And then idea was still intact, OTE entry, M5 mitigation block, and got, I mean, that's as good as I could probably get getting out right here. And then it reversed up, so we failed to go down into that discount array. So let's look at the calendar here. Tomorrow we have jobless claims and Philly Fed manufacturing, and then existing home sales. I'm not sure what's going to happen. So I did figure out what this was. The Jerome Powell is speaking about the debt ceiling. So I think this is a pretty good one. I think that this could be a consolidation day, but I think the high of the week is in. So I'll be looking for shorts unless otherwise unless I see some bullish order flow. But yeah, that'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching, and we'll check back in next time we take a trade.